Is there something wrong with the AC in here?
AC's fine.
It's hot in here. It's warm.
Are you having hot flashes?
Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to Screen Trendy. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 5 Pawn Star deals that shocked Rick Harrison. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Number 5. Les Paul Guitar. In one rare scheme of events, Mary Ford's nephew walked into the pawn shop holding a Les Paul and Mary Ford guitar along with its signed paperwork. All the music fans know how the couple was instrumental in changing the face of pop music. After the paperwork was authenticated, it was time to look at the legendary musician's Gibson guitar. The expert was awestruck and decided to play the rare find. He valued it at around $150,000. Even though the seller was trying to sell something as priceless as this for $250,000, Rick couldn't let go of such a masterpiece, and the deal was sealed at $90,000 after back and forth negotiation.
There's some paperwork you might want to take a look at just to see. We have a lot of
Number 4. 1922 dollar coin. It is extremely interesting when a rare piece of coin lands in the pawn shop. But what is even more rare is the instance when the customers are unaware of the actual massive worth of them. A customer brought in a precious rare 1922 high relief dollar coin. The specialty of the coin lies in its unique story of production. The kind of design imprinted on the coin required massive amounts of pressure, and hence a lot of them couldn't be produced. When the coins were planned to be discontinued, only a scarce amount of them existed. Interestingly, the seller, who had won it at an auction, priced it at $20,000. After expert consultation, both the parties discovered it was around $100,000. Well, that huge jump did shake Rick, but he couldn't let go of such rarity and sealed the deal at $80,000.
We'll walk up to my counter and pull out an item worth $50,000 or $100,000 or more.
Number 3. Charizard collection. When a seller walked in with a collection of Charizard Pokemon cards, Rick's wide range of interesting emotions were worth looking at. Who doesn't know about the mega famous Pokemon? Well, our good old Rick doesn't. He was not able to understand the significance of Charizard cards collected by the sellers over 17 years. Totally unaware of this addictive game, which he calls Pokemon, Rick was in disbelief when the seller said he wanted $500,000 for it. The most expensive of the lot was the pristine 10 first edition base Charizard, worth around $50,000 to a whopping $100,000. With very little of pristine cards out there, this collection is a very rare, no doubt. One of the cards graded by Beckett as 10 is virtually one of its kind. All in all, the expert valued the collection around $390,000 and more, and Rick was absolutely blown away. Having zilch expertise in this domain, Rick refused to make the deal.
Is such a big deal, but if something like a Beanie Baby can become worth a lot of money, maybe.
Number 2. Triple Crown Trophy. Okay, so we'll cheat a bit on this one. It wasn't Rick, but his son Corey who received a seller who brought in something concealed in a black bag. Handling it with the utmost care, he unveiled nobody would have possibly seen in the market. A 1978 Triple Crown Trophy. This was a rare horse racing trophy which had been granted only 13 times since 1875. This trophy was won by a racehorse named Affirmed in 1978, and nobody could win it for the next 37 years. The seller was seeking $500,000 for this astonishing piece, and it was rightly so because the expert had never seen one in his entire life and valued it for the same price too. Corey was concerned whether a market existed for this trophy or not, and hence was not willing to invest $500,000. The maximum Corey offered was $225,000, but the seller walked away without making a deal.
Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont. Forgive me, I don't really follow horse racing, but I know how.
Number 1. Super Mario Nintendo game. Not often do we see customers walking into the pawn shop with a piece of history worth $1 million. In Season 17, a seller brought the earliest sticker-sealed Super Mario Nintendo game, which was in flawless condition. Though Rick knew it would cost a lot, he was never expecting the seller to quote 7 figures for it. Rick was rather in disbelief and called in an expert who said this product had the trifactor of rarity, popularity, and significance to the collectors. That's why the likes of this have been auctioned for $300,000 and prices go beyond that. Well, needless to say, Rick was shook and didn't make a deal, as he didn't want to begin the deal in 7 figures.
All right. How much do you want for it?
It's a piece of history.
So, which item's value were you shocked to see? Let us know. And this brings us to the end of our video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't liked the video yet, it's never too late, so give it a thumbs up. We'll see you in another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.